what you needed to do within 10 days, which is today, per the statute, which you didn't read that part of the statute, have a hearing where we could have Ms. Barrett Haslam and Mr. Aaron Haslam tell us where they live. I like the smirk on your face. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny because the Haslams and the Barretts are big money people for both sides. And therefore, the fix needs to be in. Christine Barrett Haslam, her kids, their family, even Aaron Haslam live here. But he's registered in Adams County. You know that. 2 minutes. We're in such a rush for a meeting that is only one topic. One topic. We're in a huge rush here. Money talks. Let me get something here. Tell you what I did. Since Mr. Tranafilo's not here.
Sir, your 2 minutes have expired.
I have brought you $30,000.
Okay. Yes, that's
So I'm standing here in the Hamilton County Board of Elections on Monday, August 25th, where they just adjudicated the Christine Haslam Barrett challenge to her voter registration in mere minutes, So Channel 5 is here to do a story on mail-in voting because, you know, we haven't had enough stories on mail-in voting. We need more stories on mail-in voting. Hopefully they'll cover this or somebody will cover this. Everybody knows what's going on now in Claremont and Adams County is Aaron Haslam is registered in an efficiency apartment in West Union, where supposedly he also lives with David Kelly, the ex-prosecutor who's registered to vote there. Christine Barrett Haslam, the family and the kids are registered in a $1.7 million mansion in Indian Hill. The funny part is what happened here. Really, I mean, I figured it was going to be rigged, but the manner in which they rigged it here in mere minutes, to just ignore everything, ignore that they're looking at a situation that they know is directly contrary to statute, that two people are registered in two different places, that they don't care. It's money, it's corrupt. And the question, now you get into, how can you trust who's registered to vote in boards of elections?
We are here, there is only one item on our agenda today. It is a Form 257 voter challenge, which is filed under Section 3503.24 of the Ohio Revised Code. Before we get into the voter challenge, I'm just going to outline the process here that the statute requires for the board when it receives one of these challenges. And I'm just going to read from this statute just to put this on the record for everybody to understand what goes on. Upon receiving an application or challenge filed under this section, the Board of Elections promptly shall review the board's records. If the board is able to determine that an application or challenge should be granted or denied solely on the basis of the records maintained by the board immediately shall vote to grant or deny that application or challenge.
So let's pause here for a second. The man talking is Alex LINSER. He's the chair of the Hamilton County Democrat Party. He is also the chair of the Board of Elections. He reads a part of 3503.24 about records of the board. It's purely rigged because records of the board would be, for example, let's say that I claimed that Aaron Haslam and Christine Barrett Haslam didn't live at the same address, weren't registered at the same address, but they checked their own records and they were registered at the same address. So that would be an example of that they are registered at the same address. Remember, the case that I'm bringing forward is that they are registered at different addresses, and I already have an adjudication from the Adams County Board of Elections saying that Aaron Haslam's registration is valid.
They made a motion to deny the challenge based on the evidence that they had.
Okay, and what was the vote?
As far as
Yeah.
who made motions or?
No, like, was it 4-0?
Oh, yes, it was.
Okay, which would mean by law, Christine Barrett Haslam's registration can't be valid. What Alex LINSER doesn't read is the part of the statute that says the hearing in which the person coming forward would have subpoena power shall be held and the application or challenge shall be decided no later than 10 days after the board receives the application. I filed the application on August 15th. They actually met on August 18th and never discussed this issue. That would have been when they would have, if that board, the records of the board would have confirmed that there was no basis for my challenge, that they could have declined it at that point, but they did not. Now it's August 25th, 10 days. The statute requires 10 days, which tells you they met in secret and did not have a public meeting and already had decided what they were going to do with this matter because there's no way they could have complied with the statute whatsoever by having this discussion in the 10th day. Let's pick it up from there.
So first, our first task is to review the board's records. And I'm going to ask the board members, have you had an opportunity to review the board's records relating to this challenge?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And I have as well. And have each of you had an opportunity to review the filing that was submitted, that Form 257 and the supporting documentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I have as well. Given that, the challenge that we have in front of us today, I do not believe presents a prima facie case that the voter lives somewhere other than where the voter is registered to live. So I am going to make a motion that we deny the challenge based on our review of the board's.
May I speak as the filer of the challenge? And by the way, this is not currently being broadcast on your website. Is there a reason why it's not being broadcast?
Sir, I can recognize you to speak in a moment, but right now there's a motion. I've made a motion, so I need to.
Well, I think it would be important to let the filer of the challenge speak before you adjudicate the matter. Or is there no due process here?
Sir, I will recognize you in a moment. There is a motion properly before the board, and I need to hear if there's a second to the motion.
Second.
Okay. Motion is made and seconded. Now we are in discussion. I assume you're Mr. Hicks?
I am.
If you would like to come up and address the board, you can have 2 minutes to speak in front of the board.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
This is a ridiculously rigged process. There is no integrity in the elections in our system when boards of elections behave like this one and like what happened in Adams County. Christine Barrett Haslam is registered here. Her husband is registered in Adams County. If you look at the voter database, Mr. Henning, you would see that it violates.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you touch the button on your microphone to turn it on?
Okay, then I'll re-begin my 2 minutes.
That's fine.
I like the smirk on your face. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny because the Haslams and the Barretts are big money people for both sides. And therefore, the fix needs to be in. Christine Barrett Haslam, her kids, their family, even Aaron Haslam live here. But he's registered in Adams County. You know that because in the filing, it shows that there are 2 different addresses. So what you needed, you have no evidence that things are okay. What you needed to do within 10 days, which is today, per the statute, which you didn't read that part of the statute, have a hearing where we could have Ms. Barrett Haslam and Mr. Aaron Haslam tell us where they live. That was a responsibility of this board because the Adams County Board, under the direction of Brian Shrive, I guess ruled that they live in an efficiency apartment where they also share it with the ex-prosecutor David Kelly. I think that the citizens need to know how money talks, where you decide there's no hearing. The funny part is the statutory requirement is that the hearing be within 10 days. So you had a meeting the Monday after I filed the challenge. Why did you do this then? Why did you wait till the 10th day? So now the fix has to be in. Because you only have 10 days per statute. So it's very clear that per the statute, 350324, a hearing needed to take place in 10 days. Notice needed to be sent. Notice was not sent. Subpoenas were not issued. Money talks. Money talks. So the residency requirement, just so everybody knows, is that a husband and wife have to be registered at the same voting location in Ohio law. That's directly in the law, 350302. Has nothing to do with intent to return. You have a situation here where one person has a fake residence in Adams County so that he can be the prosecutor there when his family actually lives here, 51 miles away. What you guys have done here, okay, I see Ms. McGraw, 2 minutes. We're in such a rush for a meeting that is only one topic. One topic. We're in a huge rush here. Money talks. Let me get something here. Tell you what I did. Since Mr. Tranafilo's not here,
Sir, your 2 minutes have expired.
I have brought you $30,000.
Okay.
So since money talks here, that's all I could bundle over the
2 minutes
weekend.
have expired.
But if you need more money, This is disgusting. It's repulsive. Mr. Henning, you should be ashamed. You should be absolutely ashamed, because between the two boards, part of your records is the board of the Secretary of State database. So you can see you have a husband and wife registered in two places. You have a decision that was adjudicated in one county. Now you're here, and now the fix has to be in.
Mr. Hicks, your 2 minutes have expired. I need you to wrap it up.
I need you to, each of you, to tell me why, other than money, are you concealing this? Why, other than money,
Sir, your 2 minutes
have you no
expired.
interest?
I need you to wrap
Have
it
you
up.
no interest in getting to the bottom with the Secretary of State on where does this family actually live? It's all about money. It's an embarrassment to our society. It's an embarrassment to this board, and it violates the very premise that we're supposed to stand for free and fair elections. Thank you for the time to speak for, I think I took about 4 minutes. We should be here having Mr. Haslam and Mrs. Haslam tell us where they live. What is their real residence? So to adjudicate this as, oh, it's fine, when you know that the husband and the wife have two different voting addresses in contrast to law, and that another board of elections has ruled that Adams County is their correct address. That by definition would mean that Christine Barrett Haslam's registration is improper in Hamilton County, by definition. You know that, but money talks. I'll try to get more money for you. I got 30 grand, I'll see what else I can do.
Thank you for your public comment. Your time has expired. Are there any comments from board members? Okay, moving on, just to remind you, the motion on the table is to deny the challenge based on the review of the board's records. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. The challenge is denied.
So actually, when all's said and done, it's darn near perfect on three different fronts. First off, the Hamilton County Board of Elections rigged it in such a hackish joke way that it will stand out. So they rigged it to protect Christine Barrett Haslam because of the money involved. Second thing is that the point man, as Alex is off golfing, is Alex LINSER, the head of the Democratic Party, just to remind you that it is a uniparty, that the establishment sides are a uniparty that keep us distracted, and John Barrett and team have both sides in control. Both sides in control. The third thing is that by doing what they did, they set this up for an accelerated Supreme Court mandamus, just as a side benefit, where both boards of elections, to me, will look clownish. But it'll be an opportunity to see how in Ohio we go about the law versus the money. And now it'll be on to the Supreme Court.